YouTube. We're in day 10 of national lockdown. Honestly, 10 days of being restricted to the house is really getting on my nerves. We're almost halfway through, which is one bright spot, but whether this is going to be extended or not is another question. If it is, I just don't know whether South Africa can deal with it, either from a financial point of view or from a social point of view. I think we've been going through the phases that one goes through, almost of grief, of disbelief that something like this could actually happen in a democratic country in 2020. And then anger, and then frustration, and I think right now I'm at the anger and frustration. We've got this mass hysteria, and it's at the point where people are asking governments to take away their right. And honestly, dictatorships and authoritarian governments didn't impose it on the people. People asked for it. Chat to anybody who was in Germany in the 1930s and see how that worked out. I kind of almost wish I could go to a country like Belarus, where the president has said, drink more vodka, go for more saunas, and you'll be fine. Sweden has said our citizens are adults. We will ask them to be like adults. If you're sick, stay at home. If you are going to go out, keep a bit of a distance. Be responsible, in other words. But when you have the Minister of Health, and I'm going to show that video now, walking around in a big crowd of people, very few of them wearing masks, none of them practicing social distancing, it doesn't send a very good signal. And our Minister of Transport, Mr. Mbalula, the same. I mean, he called a press conference making all different rules for taxis. And in South Africa, taxis are minibuses. They carry 17, 18 people. But at his press conference, see that as well, he was also sitting surrounded by members of the public, by people absolutely not practicing social distancing. So if our government ministers are not doing it, what kind of a message is that sending to a person having to live in a 3 meter by 3 meter shack and being told, stay at home, you can't smoke, you can't drink, if you do go out, you're going to have to run the gauntlet of police and the military. It's not a very good signal. Where I live, you can see there behind me, that's my backyard. But I've seen people across the river there doing their daily exercise. Some of them are in the garden using a kayak to do curls and bench press, and running up and down outside, up and down, even doing pull-ups in a tree in the garden. So people are doing what they have to do. Yeah, so we go about our life, we try and do the best we can, we stay fit as best we can. So this is being recorded a little bit later. It's a Sunday. I neglected to hit the record button. The piece that I did miss out was regarding a very disturbing video that I saw, and I'm going to put a link to it down in the description. Some young doctors in Limpopo province, which is in the north of South Africa. And these doctors worked in a hospital in Mpumalanga, which is a neighboring province. And a very disturbing video of police and looked like a really aggressive force of officials arriving at their home in the early hours of the morning. I don't know, it was 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And taking these doctors off to a quarantine site in a TB hospital, and really treating them like criminals. You can look at the video, see what you think. There's no sound, but you can see what you think of the video. And it's very, very disturbing. Now, if this is the way that doctors are being treated, who are going out of their way, who are actually putting their lives at risk to help people who are sick, that's a very, very disturbing situation. It's kind of putting a them and us. You come from a different province, therefore we are suspicious of you. You are a different class. Once again, this happens many times in history, and the end results have been from disastrous to barbaric to horrific. And it's not a place where we want to go in South Africa. With anybody, but especially with a doctor. Thank you very much for watching. Really do appreciate it. And as always, your comments are appreciated. As long as they're nice. Disagree with me by all means, but do it in a way that is not confrontational or that is not rude. That's all I ask. In fact, let's have a vote. Is the lockdown going to be extended in South Africa? Let's make it two questions. One, is the lockdown going to be extended? Two, can South Africa afford an extension in lockdown? And give me your reasons, and let's see what the consensus is. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back with you before the end of the lockdown. And have a wonderful Sunday. Chat to you again. Peace out.